Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Blue Otter IBS Week 1 GSG Iota and Hyperion Galaxy. My gosh. We are here,
Well, you
bro.
got really loud for some reason, but
Bro,
it is week one, our
I got really
first inaugural IBS split. GSG Iota versus Hyperion Galaxy. GSG Iota are winners. They won ZGG, I believe, and they're taking on Hyperion Galaxy, who we've known to be a really solid IBS, squad in history. So it's gonna be a good week one. I'm ready to see what happens today.
I'm very interested to see what happens. Iota isn't the same team as what they've been in every other split. They do have a couple different roster changes. So
I mean, you're asking a person that has never paid attention to IBS leagues in their life. Actually, no, I've watched a couple, but
I got you. Well, Iota has the usual people, OMG, Standing Ground, basically the main player on their team. Timic, usually the main jungler, and Terriermon, One Hand, and Squad Fam, all recent subs. One Hand is actually role swapping to the ADC position from
I
top
actually
lane.
know about One Hand. He's actually played a BOL before,
He's playing with a hand tied behind his back. I don't know what to say.
but I think he's gonna be a solid player. But this entire team looks like they are going to be playoff contenders. I'm a little less, you know, I guess confident in Hyperion Galaxy, but they could prove me wrong today. They have a solid top side, and I think they need to make sure that the top lane is their win condition. They can't let their GSG's top side get out of hand.
That is true. Apathy, the E sub for Hyperion tonight. Um, he actually is like I think one of the most solid players I've known in IBS so far.
Hmm.
So I think he is actually going to be their win con. Another player I think would be their jungler, Kaizu. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm a butcher half these names.
I think Kaizu's right. I think Kaizu's right.
I'm like trying to
Yeah,
read these. I'm like, bro, how do you pronounce?
it's totally fine, but I think you got that right. But it's gonna be interesting. So we have like the first pick Diana with an immediately Hyperion picking Victor in the Viego. I think this is gonna be a bloody game immediately. Just
That's gonna
by
be
these
blood
first
game.
three picks, but Hyperion did lose two bans. They opted for the Gangplank ban as their one very valuable ban. The Lux getting picked up.
That
Ooh,
that is the signature OMG pick. Uh, so that is one of a Magical Girl's best champions. So that will be a mid lane Lux for sure with the Leona pickup, confirming it.
yes. I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for this game. The Sivir pick. Sivir's known as a pretty solid champion. Actually, in this league, not doing the best. Like every league being like one of the most picked, but still has like a negative win rate. It's unfortunate, but it's a very solid pick, and especially against like a Leona Lux Diana, I think the Sivir is a great pick.
Sivir's a really good pick right now. But wasn't it the Gold League that you just shared the stats for, and they have like a 33% win rate?
It was like every league. So yeah, the Gold League was 33% win rate, 9 times picked, but then I think it's negative in Diamond and Plat as well.
Oh my gosh! I know she had a nerf, but man,
it's not. So it's definitely a champion that, it's a late game hyper carry. You just the boomerang, the it's just the bouncing.
That is a Twitch ban, by the way, from Hyperion with the with them missing the ban showing up.
Solid ban. It's gonna be interesting to see what GSG looks to pick as their AD carry. Right now you're looking at a. What's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say I like those bans if they commit to the Shana ban.
Yeah, I mean they just got to make sure that their Leona can play the game.
Yeah.
Especially in this bot lane where you have a Sivir that's going to be pretty much out of range of Leona and going to have that spell shield to block the stun as well. But they opted for that Janna ban, like you said, and the Taric.
I mean, Tarek's a good pick. It's going to definitely help when Viego goes into these team fights. Uh,
Yeah, and it's not just Viego. It's gonna be good for against a Diana, good for Leona. When Diana looks to go for an all-in commit, if Tarek can actually look for that ultimate immediately, it can negate a lot of burst damage, not from Diana but the Lux as well, because the Lux will be looking to wombo combo her own ultimate on top of Diana to try to one-shot one of these champions, and a timely Tarek ult can negate a lot of that and allow Hyperion to actually re-engage and win the fight.
Now we do see the Ezreal pick, and we do have like the half commit, and then like the half want to poke you down kind of thing we're going on with GSG. But I think Hyperion is missing a little bit of a front line.
It's so GSG's bot lane, Leona Ezreal, it was a big thing, right? In the
Yeah,
past, there was in like the worlds where they had the Leona Ezreal, Rakan Ezreal, where they allow Ezreal to have that lane because it's a very safe lane.
yeah,
Then they allow Leona just to constantly roam, looking for plays mid, looking for plays top, trying to secure the rift, etc. So they might be looking to make that kind of play and play more for this top side instead of looking for a hypercarry ADC. As
and
but
speaking of wanting to play top side, they Hyperion picks the Cho'Gath, but I think that Leona is going to want to go top. You
Yeah,
know,
so I mean, the Leona is gonna be looking to punish the Victor, in my opinion, because a Lux
yeah,
Leona combo is very, very lethal, especially if you have a Diana and your Leona can play with the Diana. So I'm wondering if the Leona will be leaving lane early. If one hand can stay in the bot side by themselves and not get picked off or dove, and with the Taric, it is very easy to dive um, a solo AD carry.
that is completely true. But there's only one way we'll find out.
Well, we have to watch the game. Oh
Yeah,
man.
we have to actually watch them play.
Oh no, no, I was kidding. I think I do like where the direction of both teams are headed. It's all about execution though, especially in anything low elo, anything like even platinum below. Comps matter to a point, but it's all about knowing how to play that comp, knowing how to execute, knowing how to not put yourself in terrible positions to get aced at 2 minutes. So I don't expect any major invades by these two teams. I expect them to, play it safe for game one. There's not a lot of major like engages they could do besides like, maybe a Lux starting Q, but that would be pretty poor for lane. So 5 point is the way to go, especially if they want to play to their win conditions.
I agree with you. I don't see an early invade. The only side Hyperion I think might think about it. I'm looking at their team and I'm like, I would be a little greedy.
I mean, they have the Taric, they have the Viego, they could look for a flash. But who's to say that it's going to be an overcommit and they're going to blow a lot of their early sums for almost nothing?
I can't. I will put money on that. It's IBS.
Everyone's trying to get. You think they're going to go for that, bot lane gank into Tribush, saying we could kill Ezreal, we could kill or Leona. And if it works, it works. But it depends how many sums, how many resources they blow into it. And if they have a failed attempt at doing that, it will result in their top side most likely getting warded and knowing where the Viego is going to path.
That is correct. Now, I do expect a lot of fighting in this top side of the map. I don't see Viego committing too much to the bot lane unless they completely overextend. Because Ezreal has his safe little each, and they can manage their way out of the early skirmishes that Viego might bring down.
Yeah, it's basically gonna be I believe Viego and Diana are gonna be both top pretty often. It's going to be almost I think it's gonna be the first yank.
Yeah.
Lux Victor. Lux is pretty safe mid. Victor is pretty safe mid until Lux get binding and there's more damage on the team. Diana doesn't have insane kill threat at level 2, or which 3 or 3, which they're gonna be around mid. So I think that at top where they're gonna go with the set is where they're gonna make that play, because they don't want to rely on Lux hitting a binding. Instead, they have a set that could rely on their face breaker to set up a play and most likely cause a flash.
Right. But, we could also see the early gank in the mid lane. When the Victor hits level 3, he's going to have that, what is the gravity field, I believe is what it's called. I might butcher that ability.
Gravity field, yeah. That one's going to be pretty difficult to, randomly walk up and look for a play. It's definitely against a Lux. Lux can CS from the underneath her own tower. So it's going to be pretty difficult to punish a Lux unless they play a little bit too aggressive.
Did they fix the tower bug yet? Where it's not
probably not, but it's not like we could disable towers.
Yeah, because I believe that the tower bug is still going on where it's only doing 40% damage 40% of its damage every time, and it doesn't increase like it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's basically doesn't do a lot of damage right now, so you can tower die pretty easily. Unless they fixed it with this patch.
Which, speaking of patches, 12.15 just released.
Yeah, so let's see if they actually fixed it.
What kind of changes we got? We got the energy champions with all the buffs.
I don't see anything about towers.
No, nothing about towers. That's a shame.
Oh no, there it is. 8.10 mid-patch update. They did fix it. They fixed it yesterday.
Sweet.
Fix the bug where turret damage would not increase with each consecutive shot. So there you go.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it looks like the jungler for Hyperion is having some issues. So we'll try to get back into lobby, and we'll kick it off to a break. We'll be back, and when we start, it'll be week 1, game 1 of BOL season 8 of the IBS League. Stick around. Oh my god. We're finally in it. After taking like 30 minutes, we are finally in game one. We have GSG Iota first taking on Hyperion Galaxy. And would you know it, after 30 minutes of trying to get into game, they're just going to do a standard 5 point. They're like, I'm tired of this. Let's not take any chances.
I was really hoping for an invade. You know, start off with a bang.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like one of the players had an issue with their game computer. I think it was more the internet. But at least GSG were nice enough to allow some time to get in the game, and we will actually start off with the standard 5 point. No invade. Maybe we'll see a late one. Probably not. What do you think is going to be the win condition here, Ark? What should
I
I call
think
you? Arcs? Arc?
arcs.
Arcs?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the win con is for the side of GSG. I believe it's set. Believe it or not, I think if they get the set ahead, set's going to be able to split push their way to victory.
So, something interesting enough, it looks like Timic actually brought Halo Blades on Diana, and you need to, typically see the Conqueror, and he opts to go for the quick attack speed. Not a big fan of that, but it's probably something they're a fan of. But they are going opposite blue side, start each side, and that means Viego will have that first top gank. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like Viego
Oh,
did DC for a half second, so just a little bit slower start, especially when you're playing against Diana. Diana is going to be on the third camp, while Viego is just walking the third camp right now. A little bit of trading going on in the top lane, not too much going on. And right now, it just looks like it's just standard CSing.
yeah, staying a little bit of trading here and there.
Oh, here we
The
go in.
level
Leona
two.
goes in. Looks to stun on the Sivir. The Sivir's taking a lot of damage. Whales is going down. One more auto tech. That's the flash forward from Squad Fam.
Oh,
And that's
oh
it.
my gosh, that was
The
so close.
three summoners burned by one hand in Squad Fam. So that's actually a summoner win for the side of Hyperion. But Wales is very, very low, and they will need to start chugging that potion if they want to stay in this lane.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice
Uh,
binding going in mid lane. And it looks like Victor is taken to about 1/4 health. They're in a dangerous spot as well. They've been eating those bindings, eating those spells from the Lux. And it looks like Lux is taking that early priority in this mid lane.
I'm generally surprised to not see Sivir try to exhaust that Ezreal on the when the Leona went in. So
Yeah, I mean, I think Wales was more concerned about not dying.
surviving, surviving. We do
Yeah,
have the
so
Diego pathing up.
we see the big issue in this what happened in the jungle with Kaizo still having troubles with ping internet connection. They're down a camp and they are losing so much of this jungle pressure, and it looks like Timic is looking for this bot lane play. We know that Sivir does not have flash, and unfortunately I think Squad Fam kind of went too forward on that play, kind of giving up that presence that, oh, Dinah's probably here, let's move back a little bit.
Yeah, I think he went a second too late and a second too early.
What?
So they were pushed up, and Diana was in the bush. If he was going to go, that would have been the best time. But he decided to wait till after they were already backing away.
Yeah, and right now it's just the biggest part is both are even CS and bot lane. In the top lane looks like Sed's getting a pretty solid advantage, 7 CS up, and around the horn it looks like pretty even. Besides that, right now though, looks like Victor is able to stay a little bit healthy. Well, I say that the ground field does land, and Victor's just gonna run away. And it's just a quick trade, so keeps on going. And Victor is gonna have 0 pots left. Only Magical Girls still has 2, so this is gonna have to be a Victor back. And everyone's disconnecting. TD Harris is disconnected, and that is highly unfortunate. I wonder what's happening. It might be a new patch, maybe not.
Hyperion wide internet outage. I don't know.
Oh, Victor's taking a lot of damage, and that surely has to back. He has TP, so he'll be fine. Lux does not have TP, opting to take the barrier. So Victor could have taken a bag very easily early on. and after taking some bad trades, but they did have to give up a lot of CS, a lot of pressure, very early on when they just could have, cut their losses, use TP early, get back to lane, and use that newfound, very like small item component to get an advantage back in the mid lane.
Yeah, and we do see the Viego bot lane looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same idea, right? It was a little
Yeah.
bit too early. We see these games just they're being impatient in the jungle right now, where they're just trying to go in immediately with the minute their jungler's here to not waste time. Instead, you can play with the wave. You can make sure that it's either you walk up and lose a ton of CS, and looks
Oh,
like junglers
oh.
did find each other, and Timic is going to be fine, but Squad Fam is by themselves in this bot lane. They are splitting targets. Kaizo does go on one hand. One hand has forced the heal. Is going to be able to get out, but that is a heal burn from Kaizo. Only Magical Girls finds Victor on the rotate, but Only Magical Girls just blew everything they had, and Victor is on the chase. The Gravity Field will land, will not stun up. Good flash by Only Magical Girls because I feel like that was going to hit.
Oh man, GSG getting away with that one a little bit.
All right, I'm going to start calling him OMG.
Yeah, just saying
Too
OMG.
long, too long. But that was a lot of action early, like all at once.
There's the buildup we were finally looking for after 30 minutes.
The big thing is I'm surprised that Ginger Guardian didn't look for a flash stun onto somebody in that fight. He had the opportunity to multiple times, just didn't want to opt to look for that kind of aggressive play.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was still on cooldown or not, because he right before that fight started, he did hex flash into from the far left bush to the mid bush in the bot lane. So I think when it started, I think.
Oh yeah, it looks like TD Eric has been gone for quite a while. So they are down by 40 CS in the top lane. This whole time you were looking at Kaizo just having internet problems, and TD's Ares having the problem, but they are, just the spectate bugs just constantly causes issues.
Oh my gosh, I think that whole fight kind of hurt Hyperion more than despite winning the trade bot lane, because I think since Apathy probably was disconnected, they couldn't pause the game.
Well, it's the big thing is he's been disconnected for probably 3 to 4 minutes right now.
Yeah.
So down CS, like look at this turret. This turret's dead.
First turret at 7:30.
Oh,
That's
they
not
might
something
be.
you see.
Yeah, they're in some deep trouble at this top lane, and it looks
Yeah.
like Kaizo does have this angle on Only Magical Girls. No flash on OMG. So, that's a flash forward by Victor, and they will be able to get out. And look who's on this back foot of Ginger Guardian, just making sure that their mid and jungle gets out safely. But not enough damage, not enough mana for the Victor to finish off that kill. And that's a flash forward by the set. Looking for Kaizo in the jungle. The final spark lands, and Terriman is on the... Oh, that is unfortunate. Kaizo does DC and reconnect just to see their dead body. That is unfortunate. That is first blood. Oh no, and Cho'Gath is just going and has to flash out. Just wanted to say goodbye, my jungler, but couldn't mourn them in peace. So right now it's just looking very, very rough for Hyperion Galaxy. One hand is trying to get a trade going, but it is 1v2. Wales does get the kill. It's not a fight that you want to take. You just want to try to run away. The heals, the shields, and just the straight up damage will be too much, especially when you're Ezreal just with the Sheen.
And you're aware your supports in the mid lane, there's no reason to be that far stepped up.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Definitely a rough game one. It's not what you want to start your season with, but at this point you want to make sure even though your top laner, your jungler is having issues. That's a flash forward by Squad Fam. The Final Spark lands. The Gravity Field lands, but Diana just makes the play. Just absolutely nukes Victor, and Victor will go down. The dragon has been started by Hyperion, but they have to get off of this or they will be caught in the river and probably give up a couple more kills. But it's rough. It's rough out here.
Rough. And with all the DCs, like,
Yeah.
Set's now so far ahead, he's not going to be top lane anytime soon.
I mean, he could if he wants
He
to,
could,
but
but
that
he's
is going to be Rift to drop mid, and that tower is just going to be exploded. That's a 10-minute mid and outer turret gone. The top is out. Oh, that's not going to go down yet. Close.
no.
Close.
Poor Shelly couldn't do it yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dragon's being started. Timic is not there to secure this. But they're gonna take a while for this dragon because of the massive health buff that the dragon got a couple patches ago. It's so annoying. You can't rush dragon anymore. It's like, oh no, it's taking me 30 seconds to clear this.
Yeah, but the buffs though are really nice.
Yep, and
You know,
there it is. Mid tower does go down finally, and
and
everyone's back in the lane.
looks like the
Besides
bot lane
Set.
dive.
Yeah, they're going for a bot lane dive. Both
A
OMG and
5-man
Timic are
dive.
looking for a bot lane. What do you think the
Oh,
outcome of this is?
You know, it's over.
Yeah, it's unfortunate if everyone just got absolutely just destroyed in that fight. If Ginger Guardian was level 6, they might have been able to turn it, but it's too hard. Set is just so strong. And the bot lane tower is going to be under siege. That's a lot of plates going. Could be a game where you see all plates taken for GSG Iota. And right now we're sitting at a 5 point, almost a 6k gold lead at 11 minutes. And of course, it's not because of just hard outplaying. It's because there's issues going on with Hyperion. But I'm glad to see Hyperion just trying to play the game, trying to make plays. They did try to start up that dragon. They still try to make something out of this game, which is definitely hurts the emotions. It's not a game that you want to see.
Yeah, the biggest thing coming out of this game is hopefully they don't ruin their mental too much from this. Hopefully they can get these connection issues solved by game 2.
What I'd like to see, though, right, is that overall they're playing decently well.
Yeah, they're playing, like, when they're able to play, they're playing relatively. I spoke a slightly too soon.
And here's Squad Fam. That is going to be... Oh, that's a lot of damage. You first saw the wombo combo of the Solar Flare and the Finals part on top of each other. And this secondary tower in the top lane is going to be under siege. That's probably going to go down as well. We are at 12 minutes, 3 people at top just taking out this tower. That's a lot of gold going in the pockets of GSG. That's now a 7 almost 8k or 7k gold lead. And then Squad Fam is just taking a very, very aggressive route.
Yeah, so just going in, man.
It's they just feel so strong, so tanky that there's like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk in here. There's nothing you could do.
I know he's 2-0, but I think he forgets he's only level 6.
Yeah, this Victor could still do a lot of damage. The Leandries will be complete here soon. If you get too cocky, if you get too much confidence in your blood, you can start throwing the game. And a game that that is basically gifted to you, it just be thrown away.
Yeah, we're seeing the last few places bot lane go down.
Squad.
just going for it.
Oh no, I seen this one before. Wait a minute. But this time, oh, so close.
Like half a second off.
Yeah.
And if he actually lived, I think they might have killed the set.
Yeah. Oh no, Timic is in there. But wait. It looks like Ginger Guardian is just taking the back right here, just waiting. Even though there's a possibility of a full-on fight going on, and that will be Timic going down. But the re-engage is on. Set is able to do the haymaker, and that's just so much CC on top. One hand will pick up the kill on Kaizo. I am surprised Ginger Guardian took that back.
Ginger said, "I'm saving my KDA, man."
Ginger looked his team in the eyes, and it was like, peace. I got a date with the shopkeeper. But looks like Cho'Gath was able to get a turn on the top side, so a little bit more gold in their pocket. That looked to be a solid play, a little bit too aggressive play by Timic, but it wasn't as punished as it could have been, especially the play in bot lane, where Wales and Ginger Guardian could have possibly turned that play if it was the ultimate landed a half second sooner to give
Yeah.
that invulnerability to Sivir.
If he ulted like right before Set ulted,
Hmm.
it would have been perfect.
Yeah, and that would have been a big shutdown going over to Sivir.
And
But 15 minutes in the game, this gold lead isn't growing that drastically. It's actually, staying the same.
yeah, it's still an 8K gold lead. Uh, but the towers are slowly deteriorating.
Yeah, and that's where you see most of this gold lead. You could say the CS lead in top is causing this gold lead, but it's actually the turrets. It's 4 turrets down. A lot of plates were taken, and that's what initially causes. If this was game on even footing, where people weren't playing on 1,000 ping and DCing constantly, this might have been a completely Hyperion's game.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, we're not in that foot.
yeah, because Set wouldn't be bot lane as much as he is right now.
I do like this play by Hyperion, though. They will give up this dragon. They're looking for the Rift Herald, and they could get this collapse on the set. That would be a big shutdown if they're able to pick this up. And that's a lot of damage going down, and that is going to be a dead set. And Victor will pick that up. That's a lot of gold onto a carry that you desperately need gold on.
Right, it's the same thing that Ginger did if Diego was walking away.
Whoa! Wales is getting flashed on by Timic. Timic was a little bit too greedy there. Timic did have the Moonfall available, so I'm surprised they didn't look for the play. If he wanted to go for that aggressive flash onto Wales, he should have just looked for it. He saw the spell shield down.
Do you see Apathy? Honestly, I think making the best play that he could possibly make right now.
Yeah, just
It's just
getting
keep
gold,
pushing.
yeah.
Just keep pushing. They are already so far behind. Him going mid isn't going to stop GSG.
Yeah, and you see, like, the CS lead in top lane just shrinking because he's able to get the CS. Set is looking for plays all over the map, but he could just be, making sure that the side lanes are in favor of GSG Iota. But right now, Cho'Gath is getting stacked, getting items, and gonna be able to start making plays for. Oh, and we have a fight coming. Leona looks for the play. This final spark will go left, and that is the ultimate down for Tarek. But it's too much. Moonfall comes down, kills 2, and this game is almost gonna be a whitewash. That is almost an ace. There it is. That was so much damage coming out in 1 point. Set Haymaker doing a lot of damage, Moonfall doing a lot of damage. That's just so much damage on top of each other, and Hyperion is just too behind to compete with that kind of damage. They look for the play, look for the ring gauge, but when you're AK down and you don't kill people immediately, it's so hard to win a fight.
Great job by Timic and One Hand right there for saving their ults till after the Tarek used his ult.
Yep, they made sure that they were able to not aggressively make a play. And One Hand's looking for the snipe over the wall, but Ginger Guardian will live with about 120 HP. And right now, GSG Iota will take a reset and use this gold that they just collected off that massive ace that they were just able to acquire. And there goes Kaizo once again. R.I.P. R.I.P. Have you what do you think about these Frostfire builds in the jungle?
I understand Frostfire is really good right now. I don't know
Mhm.
where it came from.
It was always solid, right?
It's been a solid item, but it's been spiking recently. Like every game, I'm seeing like people go Frostfire over like any other like mythic, and I'm just like, what's going on?
I mean, you get so many bonuses that it's almost like you become tanky and you still can build your damage items and you're perfectly fine. Rift Herald will be spawned bot lane just to get a little bit of damage, but No place to get. The tower doesn't fall. Shirley will surely die on that tower. Unfortunate.
Um, Now, one thing I don't understand is why Riot up the second Rift Herald's HP, but it still takes just as much damage from the tower when it hits it.
There's a lot of things I don't understand about Riot. But right now, if Hyperion was to get back into his game, what would they have to do?
I think that they just need to stall the game out. Apathy just needs to find that sweet spot in the side lane again, and Hyperion isn't doing a bad job. Isn't doing a bad job of stalling out this game as much as they possibly can, despite being so far behind. But the Cho'Gath being able to push the side lane right now and keeping set there, I think is giving Hyperion their best chance.
Yeah, I think one big thing that they will have to do is we've seen GSG make these aggressive plays, try to push into some places that are in the fog of war. If Hyperion, oh, that is a binding that's landed, but it's only on Ginger Guardian. They'll take a little bit of damage, but we'll be able to survive. But this third dragon's coming up. There's no reason if you're Hyperion to fight it. You're still, you're far behind in this game. You know it's not Soul Point. And I see it getting pinged. And whoa, the Baron is getting started. If this gets snuffed out immediately, this could be Hyperion's way out. But they have no vision on it, and there are no pings are going on it, so GSG will able to secure it.
Yeah, and they're going to take it straight down to this dragon, and there's no way Hyperion should be even thinking about this dragon.
That's probably one of the only ways that the game could have turned, where Kaizo could look for a steal, or there's a fight that happens with the shred that Baron does, and if that was taken, if that Hyperion was able to steal that Baron, that's so much gold going into the pockets of Hyperion and a way to stall out the game.
Now, I am surprised that GSG didn't go take this dragon first.
There's no reason to. They're going to get a free inhibitor top.
Yeah. But if they're able to, never mind. I was going to say if they can stop this game, but as of who knows.
Timix is going to go down, and that's going to be Squad Fam also going down.
Oh. Sivir?
Oh!
Sivir?
No. Wales will flash out. Kaizo will go on top of the set, and set is
Sivir?
by themselves. And that's a stun going onto the set. Will that be a dead set? It's a lot of damage being pulled down. TDRs is running. They will be able to get out. All the shutdowns are going on to the carries of Hyperion. But that's one big thing. GSG didn't need to look for the fight there. They did not need to look for the fight. And we saw both Squad Fam and Timid go in by themselves into the back line. There's no they had no other follow-up. And what happens is that we had a late TP from set, and that's a 3 dead on the side of GSG, and the gold lead does stay almost the same as it was, but 3 Barons gone. You lost a dragon, and you're giving gold back into a very, very, very poor team in Hyperion.
I need to see the damage charts on that Sivir.
I want to see the damage charts on that turret.
Yeah, that as well. But I just watched Sivir free hit for ages until Set tried to jump on her.
Yeah, I mean, you also saw the Victor abilities, that Chaos Storm is doing a ton of damage. But if there's over-under how many times Kaizo disconnected from this game, what would it be?
I'm really honestly focused on this Victor right now. He went Demonic Embrace second item.
I am not a big fan of that.
That's what I'm thinking. I thought maybe Shadow Flame, if you're going to choose something like that.
Yeah, especially when you have Victor as a major carry right now. They currently have 1,000 gold more than their second highest member, which is Kaizo, which is crazy, by the way. But right now the mid lane tower is under siege and it's not getting defended. That's gonna be a free inhibitor getting just in the mid lane.
Who says we need Baron?
Yeah, they just walked up, took it, and they're looking for this top lane tower, and we might be seeing a final fight right here. Ginger
Yeah.
Guardian just gets absolutely nuked, and without that ultimate, the team is just in a very dangerous spot. But Squad Fam does go in, is taking a ton of damage, and the ring gauge, the Moonfall will come down, doing a ton of damage. Oh my god, the RKO by Set, dude. 50% HP of 3 members, and this game will end right there. Oh, that was an interesting interaction right there, but a ton of damage on top of each other.
GSG doing a
That
good job noticing the Victor not be in there.
that
And
showstopper doing so much damage. I don't like that. That's
that's
why Set is one of my most hated champions. But
that's amazing. I agree.
game one will be going over to GSG Iota. I do think it was a pretty solid attempt. It's a 25-minute game. You had two players DC'd. One DC'd pretty much for like the first like 4 minutes. One was constantly DCing. So not terrible. It was a very difficult game to play. But if they're able to play like they were in the back half and try to make those plays on equal footing, they might have won this game. And hopefully next game we'll see a more stable internet connection. But stick around, we'll be back for game 2.
Now, I want to get down to the simplest possible nitty-gritty.
Okay, unfortunately, that will be the end of it today. Hyperion's jungler and top lane are just having way too many PC issues. The jungler cannot keep their internet in check, and they just keep on disconnecting. The top laner is playing with 6 FPS. So I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. I'm just kidding, but yeah, and they decided to concede. They cannot get that fixed. So Arcs, what do you think? We
I
had a
think
great
that
day of League of Legends.
definitely. I think Iota single-handedly won the.
That was the fastest game two of my life. No, but it was a long-awaited day. Uh, Unfortunately, we couldn't have a series on equal grounds, but hopefully, maybe we'll see these two teams play against each other in playoffs. That'll be it. I'm the bully, and with me is Arcs.
Thank you to our wonderful little broadcaster.
Yeah, I think we were off,
Producer.
like just in like waiting screen more than the game, honestly. So we've been live for like an hour and 30 minutes, and we were in game for like 25. So unfortunately, there's no content this stream.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But we'll, come back next week on Monday when we actually have BOL Diamond. Hopefully, there's no computer issues or lag issues, and that'll be week two, the start of week two. And we've already seen such great games going on, and hopefully, we have another streamed game on Diamond, which will be a banger. So make sure you tune in on Monday at 8 Eastern and watch the festivities. We'll see you soon.